King Tiger opening fire. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of AT forces engage it. So right now, nice grenade, but kind of missing Fallschirmjägers. We have an IELTS. Oh my god. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on one of my favorite maps in the game, Rezhev Winter. I know a lot of people are like, Greyshot, there's water. Why would you like this map? Because there is water and it's RNG, and I like that kind of RNG where you could possibly sink your enemy armored force. I remember way back when where there used to be no bridge here, and I sunk 3 Panthers in that spot with 1 mine. It was a glorious day. Now, Felix already saying have fun cutie, so already great. Joey as well saying hi. And to finish out the allies, we have Arctic. On the enemy team, we have Madness, Battlewagon, and us. RU. I'm not even going to pronounce that because I'll probably fuck it up. But in any case, if you want to see me fuck up more replays, or fuck up your name in your replay, send to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, or send to coh2.org/shoutcast/greyshotproductions, and I'll take a look there. Or, if you're a Patreon supporter or Twitch sub, either one will get you access to my Discord. There's actually a tab which you can submit replays directly to me to make sure that I get them. You know. And typically, just as a heads up, for Patreon supporters, I will typically randomly pick one and try to do 1 Patreon supporter a week, 1 random one a week, and either another random replay or Steam play if it's an amazing game. Like I recently had versing Skippy. Go check out his content. Major Bones, etc. So, without further ado, let's get to this game with the British already systematically destroying this Volk squad. Mad Dinesh, you just got rickety wrecked. And, oh yeah, they announced Rick and Morty season 4 today. How freaking awesome is that? I can't wait for was it not pickle Rick. Let's go with something different. Let's go with something a little more you know, a little more punctual, a little more, you know, a little more fancy. How about Cucumber Rick? There we go. Can't wait for Cucumber Rick. Anyway, forces are pulling Hunt back because of the scout car. Very nice play. They don't have Panzerfaustes yet because they don't have the medical base up or a mechanized. These guys too. So freaking great job, Felix, just coming in to help your team. British infantry also opening fire, hitting them as they get pushed that cover, and directly in the front of the British infantry with pretty much no cover between them and their bullets, taking some substantial damage. Scout car also doing a lot of work. Penal troops as well, getting a ton of kills. 5 kills already for the beginning of this game. Already got a squad wipe on that unit. These guys at cover just going to be annihilated very quickly. And wow, great job, Scout car, leading the charge already in this game. Now, Scout car advancing in this sector. I see really no enemy forces that can really stop the Allied advance, so most likely they will continue. Now, do you think this is the Soviet variant of the running of the bulls? It's just the running of the Germans? Yeah, I feel Spain sees this and like, guys, we have to be a little bit nicer. We'll do with bulls and we'll treat them with fairness. Only one person will die, and it'll be the people who get run from the bulls. Oh, Scout car hit. Oh, damn. Penal survived relatively fine. Good job with the Verkehrwerfer. I'll give him that. Usually an Axis member doesn't get that. However, another bonus to the Axis would be the Wehrmacht player. The Wehrmacht player pushing in the south, which, by the way, just for a little heads up and double checking rank real quick, seems like a pretty even fight if I didn't cover that already. Damn, 1 kill, 14. Alright, going really well, I can see. But anyway, we have 2 Soviet and British versus 2 OKW and a Wehrmacht player. Wehrmacht player at least pushing in, trying to grab some territory in the meantime. Already have a Teller mine down, so an armored unit this way will automatically be stopped and or killed because the T-70 hits that, it's done for. So, very nice. Pioneers pushing on in, trying to take push them back. Push back one engineer squad, not the other. Large Axis force pushing against British and Soviet forces, teaming up to tear the Germans apart, and actually holding out pretty well. MG kind of suppressing this group. We have British and penal troops holding back here. Flame grenade, aka the incendiary grenade from the Volk squad, hit the building, pushing the MG back. Volk squad's going to try to get a kill on that. Probably have too much health, though, and they'll probably escape. We already have another Verkehrwerfer over here, so the fuel is pretty much secure. The biggest issue, though, is the Germans pushing in, decapping this point, and cutting off Allied resources in this sector. So, there's that small little issue right there. Now then, right now we can see here though, allies for the most part have complete dominance in terms of victory points. So even though the Germans will cut off territory, the ticking time clock of the victory points is in the Allies' favor, currently counting down against the Germans. Germans gonna launch a small counterattack though, and has double mortars already, goddamn. Have to counteract that, I guess, the Allied MGs, even though really, honestly, there isn't that many. To be 100% fair, okay, now they're getting, like, an MG, but, like, this guy is none, and the British player has 2, but one's really far back, so you really don't have to worry about them. So if they're worried about a big, like, Allied spam, that's not really the case. The Allies are more on the offensive in this game, which is really cool to see. Anyway, mines going down, Volk squad's on the offensive. The Volk squad trying to cap that point. Got crucified. Guard troops coming on with DP, slicing and dicing that infantry, backed up by penals. Very good job with Felix. By the way, Felix and Arctic Wolves both went a similar doctrine, but not the same. They both have the ISU, and they both have an IL-2, which is hilarious in my book. It's kind of similar to, like, the Fragmentation Bob Tiger that's in, like, multiple commanders. But, the NA capacity, and oh, shit. Well, there goes that unit. Poor guy. He was just trying to recon with that thing. But I guess that sniper will have to fight another day. Or they have to get another, whatever the case may be. But in any case, both are good long range IL-2 bomb strikes. Difference is this one focuses shock troops. This one focuses more on how do I put this? Longer range AT and anti-infantry with the AT guns and the marked target. Personally, I like this mechanized over shock mortar because shock mortar is a little bit iffy. It's really a conscript shock troop focus, while this one's more of a guard troop, whatever you want focus. So whether penals or conscripts, so. That's just me. It is nice on the repairs on this one, but in all honesty, I kind of like this one because there's a lot more variety against multiple situations. Fortifications, well, this one's really good at anti-infantry and armor detection. This one is really good against pretty much all targets, good against camouflaging, and then good against vehicles. So, pretty good across the board in my opinion. Maybe more vehicle focused this one, more infantry focused this one, but... Oh, damn. Good penal charge? Ah, no. They managed to escape. Barely alive. MG not going to survive very long. He doesn't. Fire grenade going off, pushing back the guard troops and getting him in the building, which they're still barbecuing a little bit. That one will definitely speed up the process for the barbecue. Volk squad's trying to push on in, try to get that territory back. But Allied forces slowly pushing on in. I will give full credit to RU. He's actually doing a damn good job of keeping pressure on his side. So even again, he has a lot of territory. So even though while let's say they're losing this point, overall resource-wise, they're still beating the Allies. So very nice job with taking those pieces of territory. Now the Allies pushing that sector. I don't think there's that much defending it. Good fire grenade, push back heavy cover, but the Volk squad will have to pull back from the penals. In this sector, they have a Teller mine here, but that's it. They don't have an MG or anything stopping this sector. I think an S minefield in this sector would stop infantry from coming in. Maybe a Teller mine here would stop any armor from advancing or kill light armor. That's what I would recommend. Right now, we don't have doctrines for the OKW or the Wehrmacht, but the Allies, Joey hasn't picked anything yet. So be curious to see what happens there. Mortar fire coming in against the Soviet players, so Arctic Wolves will have to pull on back. Damn, still a pretty close fight overall, because while the Axis have been, again, being pushed back into some areas and others, right now, like, that counterattack did a decent damage against the Allies, and right now they're severely down in a lot of instances, though it's still pretty damn close, with Joey kind of still having many units still on the play, or so on the field for, to actually do something, plus an armored car to fight armor. So, a scout car against, let's say, of the Wehrmacht, or I would say a Luke's, is probably not going to do that much damage or really gain much because of the armored car right there. We do have a blob coming in. I feel like this is a very bad idea, simply because of the fact that the Axis how do I say this? If he's not paying attention, the Axis player could lose a lot of those men from just a simple grenade. Now, this guy did I think he threw his grenade. Yes, he did. Throw Satchel, though. He might... They're going to pull on back. Satchel about to go off. And another one bots dust. And another one goes. And another one goes. And another one bots dust. And that's why you pay attention. Otherwise, you lose 15 men in one satchel? Jesus Christ. Battle wagon. He's already like, okay, maybe I have to go a little more defensive on that one. Let me just get a bunch of Fallschirmjägers. That'll help me out. Sure, why not? And in one fell swoop, the German, offensive has been brought to a, well, a cold stop, if I may. Meanwhile, nice minefield, nice minesweeper. I like Joey. He's like, okay, the enemy has this area. They probably have mines. Let's make sure there's no mines and clear it. Smart. Very good job, Joey. You already got rid of the Teller mine, which was 15 munitions wasted by the Germans. And one less allied vehicle that may have died that is no longer. I will give credit where credit's due. We do have a nice little mine on the ice, so if something goes there and it causes a big enough explosion, you can see additional infantry fall into the ice, or you can see an armored vehicle die, which I always love. So if we see that, that'll be great. T-70 coming on the left flank. Joey, your armored car is in need of repairs, but overall still fine. We have Battle Wagon deploying Fallschirmjägers. Very, very good infantry, especially when vetted. And honestly, the only thing I don't like is the fact their survivability, but as we can see on the veterancy, not one. Reduce the chance of the unit to be hit by enemy fire. So twos. Let's see, which one is it? Field cred enables squad heal themselves, and combat experience, advanced training increases squad's effective range, weapon accuracy. So it's really just vet 2. Give up to vet 2, and they can survive a lot longer in combat, and that's typically the issue I have with Fallschirmjägers. The fact early Fallschirmjägers don't have a great survivability, but if you rank them up and get more veterancy with them, they become a beast to deal with. T-70 continued the advance, but again, being Panzerfausted, very close to dying. This Volk squad, though, again, Battle Wagon, you need to retreat. I feel like he's like, screw it, I'm just going to lose all my Volk squads and just get Fallschirmjägers. Because he really doesn't have an army left. So he went Luftwaffe ground forces, good infantry, good air support, and light defenses. RU went elite troops, so we could see a Tiger Ace in this field. I hate the Tiger Ace immensely. I think it's a waste. With its current assortment, I know they're going to be changing it in a future patch, and that's currently going through a lot of testing, which is great because I don't want to release a patch that doesn't have that. But I'm still of the mindset of, as long as they have it like this, it's not worth it because of the resources that it takes away. It's only good for like a final last-ditch effort, like do or die type moment, and even then it's like you have to be good. Good kill though on that penal troop. Good bundle grenade by the Soldaten, and one Panzerfaust, I'm assuming from one of these guys firing at this unit, will kill it if he didn't fire it already. Or maybe he did. Oh, he doesn't have the munitions. Okay. Yeah, he's a bit low. Only 21 munitions per turn? God damn, take this point back. Good job with the guard troops holding in heavy cover. Artillery coming in, doing quite a bit of damage to the Axis. And keeping them away from the point with airburst shells as well. We have an engineer squad over there. We have a double pack gun. So, looks like RU is going very defensive, which I guess is fine. I do think he needs to put a little more pressure in this point to pull the allies away from their spearhead and mid, because they're doing quite a bit of damage. And we can see here on right that this Arctic Wolf should be covering the right-hand side. However, he has a light detachment of mortars, really. And by the way, this is mortar spamming. This is 3 mortars back-to-back. This is absolutely a mortar spam. Jesus Christ. Anyway, moving on. Just when I called out, being like, hey, the allies aren't support spamming. They do. Any case, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the allies are really putting a lot of pressure here, and Arctic's pushing straight up the mid with his troops instead of, let's say, fighting an incursion on right. So, he really should maybe focus there. He just pointed down caches, though, to try to get more resources. So, that's being a really good teammate. So, good job, RU. And actually, I think he has the largest army of the Axis right now. So, good unit preservation and good helpful tactics to your team, RU. Very nice job. Meanwhile, Felix, you have a lot of troops. You need to work on your unit preservation a lot more because you seem to keep losing quite a bit. You are pushing into enemy territory, true, but you keep losing a lot of men, and I feel like in the long term, just like the Tiger Ace, if you keep just hemorrhaging your manpower, it's just not going to help you. Good, probably going to get a kill on that unit. Going to need to fall this back, otherwise he's going to lose that unit. If he retreats above the, yeah, okay. He goes behind the house. It should prevent him from dying, but we shall see. It's going to be very close. Oh my god, so close. but it looks like he's going to manage to live. Do you have the medics? You don't have medics, Arctic, but Felix does, so maybe he can give you some heals to get that troop back up to full health and fight like, you know, you should. Artillery coming down this sector. We have a infantry section throwing grenade. A good thing he got the grenade there. Nice shot on the WhiteHodD in there. Really weakening it and pushing them back. So also great job, Joey, in upgrading the men. Really enjoy some good upgraded British infantry. Looks like on the right-hand side, armored cars on standby. I wonder if he's trying to push up. AT guns, though, probably don't want the armored car to advance. Otherwise, it's going to be KO in 2 seconds flat. Allies pushing deep into German territory and actually doing a damn good job. Though, Germans bring out a Panzer IV, and Panzer IVs are very good against killing infantry. Now, even though these are guards, and we can see they have DPs. The problem with the DPs is, unfortunately, it takes a lot of fire over a long period of time to actually kill something like a Panzer IV. It's still effective, it's still good, and if you have a lot of them, they'll do wonders. But right now, that's the only AT unit, so he's going to focus fire on that unit, push it back, and then really not have to worry. Though, it looks like the Penal's just got an upgrade, Vet 3, so it's cheaper in terms of the satchel going off. Very smart going away from the ice, so he doesn't sink by that satchel. But, again, oh my god, looks like, yeah, the Penal troop managed, and the engineer troop managed to kill the Verkenwerfer. Now it's going to be taken by the Axis, or sorry, the Allies, and they might actually be able to get a kill. They do. The Penal troop, I believe, gets the final shot, killing the Panzer IV. Damn, if you wouldn't have let the enemy take that, you would have been fine. But that's why you don't sacrifice Verkenwerfer. I don't even know why you pushed that up so much. You had a Panzer IV. Keep that sucker back. Camouflage. Don't charge it against the enemy. That's incredibly stupid. Anyway, because of that stupidity, you lost your Panzer IV. So, madness, that could have gone a lot better for you. Though, I'll give credit where credit's due. You have some very good infantry, and if you decommission that for fuel, you won't be in that, like, you'll get something out of it, at least. Yeah, it's like no one showing up to your birthday, but someone still mailed you a card. It's still something, but it's not great. Any case. Oh my god, British artillery just wiping out that MG. Fair play. Now, AT guns as well in the full retreat. We have Fallschirmjägers, though, quickly coming in. We can see here they have the upgrade. The upgrade is assault and hold, so they move more quickly and fire more accurately. So, yeah, they're gonna... It's like for Mother Russia for Fallschirmjägers. Or for the Axis forces. Again, they're still very good. But in mass, they do a lot more damage, especially vetted up, so you really have to worry about this ability. Plus, as you can see here, it's, again, not just defensive or something like that, because some of the units are more like, hey, you get this bonus in your territory, something along those lines. But no, it's just in general. All the mortar teams, though, are going to be flanked. Nice bundle. Wow, hits, kills 6, 7, 8 men. Very nice job. Actually, 9. Holy crap. Good job with the Fallschirmjäger blob. Just pushing on in. Now, up north, we have a T-70. Vet 3, by the way. Very nice in that regard. Holding back Axis forces a bit. And nice job, by the way, putting all your units in your base. The reason I like that is simply because of the fact that, remember, the enemy could have artillery, and pushing out your bases, or like these bases too far out from your base could make it susceptible to enemy fire or infantry. So you really have to watch out, especially with penals. And again, if you push it closer to these guys, with the amount of AT they have, they could probably kill even the Panzer headquarters. Huge Axis force down south. And ISU-152, though, has been deployed. Not a lot of AT in this sector, though. So, this Valentine tank, which makes me think, yes, he did go with the goddamn artillery, but I'm okay with it because, again, on this map, it makes sense to go that doctrine. And the other two guys did go non-artillery focused, so having one guy as artillery, not a bad idea. Nice mine, and Valentine trying to kill that WhiteHodD squad. Gonna be close. I don't know if he'll kill it. MG, oh, there we go. With the MG support, he will. Very nice. Yeah, Stormtroopers need to pull on back. He did have a PyroShark upgrade, so good job there. Now, it looks like the Axis still have their fuel, so fuel-wise, they're on point with the Axis. I'm sorry, with the Allies. It's just munition-wise, the Allies are doing wonders. Munitions wins games. I feel like a lot of people think fuel wins games, and they'll be like, oh, screw munitions, but munitions really is important. Which is good to see that the Allies have, like, focused on that. yes, you can still get your big heavy tank even with the lack of fuel points. Like, it looks like all the points are munitions, which is smart because right now they have such a huge advantage. They can also keep calling in airstrikes and whatnot. Now, he has explosive rounds on, which is going to do wonders against infantry. So these Fallschirmjägers, while very, very good, not going to do all that much. I don't know why you called an IO2 bomb strike there. There's no static targets, and the infantry can just simply move out of the way. So you really want to use that against more of a buildings or units that are either getting repairs in the back, something along those lines. Unfortunately, it looks like you guys don't necessarily have a recon ability, like a recon plane. You do have the flares, but that's only on like front locations near points, like over this point. The counter that I could see is the fact that you literally, their front line is literally the last line of points in front of their base, so you can still see them. Good job with the pack and managing to kill a T-70 that's a little too aggressive for its own good. So very good in that regard. Let's see, we have infantry support focus, infantry nice heavy armor focus. If I had to guess what he should go, breakthrough. Breakthrough number 1, and then Overwatch number 2. Don't double up and go Fallschirmjäger. The reason why is you have a Jagd Tiger versus an ISU 152, which would be pretty freaking cool. And then on the flip side, if you need to go this one, you can have artillery with the LEFH, just counter-firing the allied artillery. So that could absolutely be something. German forces pushing on in, trying to fight this Verkehrenwerfer and managing to push it back, hopefully grabbing some more territory on their side. However, as you can see, the British are pushing on south, which is very bad. Mortar pit has been made in mid, and again, supported by all the mortars that Arctic has. The enemy infantry pushing in mid is going to be devastated. And this guy's focusing solely on Fallschirmjägers, which are very expensive and heavy infantry. So it's going to take a lot more time and effort to get those guys back up on the field than it would be for, let's say, a Volk squad. So, but they are very good and worth it, but you need to make sure they're alive and, can hold out. Now, we do have a king moving up, and, it could be very interesting to see what happens with it. Wait, hold on. We have an ISU-152 and Arctic Wolves has an SU-85. So they have tank destroyers that they can hit that damn thing with, plus IL-2 bomb strikes. And, just as a reminder, they have marked targets. So they can make this thing definitely weaker, again, more susceptible to enemy fire. It looks like we have an IL-2 bomb strike coming in here. Not sure what Arctic called it in on. I'm assuming there's some infantry force or something there, but I don't see any bodies, so I don't think he hit anything. Is there a body in there? No, I don't see anything. Alright, so now they know. Alright, the penal troops throwing a satchel on the Panther. Not a bad idea. I'm actually curious if it actually... Oh, it does. Okay. They managed to hurt its engine. I didn't think one satchel would do it, but I guess it does. Now, ISU-152 smartly hitting infantry, going after the Verkehrenwerfer. SU-85, though, hitting the Panther, pushing that sucker back. British infantry moving on in. And just a small reminder, this British infantry squad, because of the upgrade, can throw an artillery flare, which brings in the base artillery. And as you can see with Joey, he already has the ability unlocked for the command post. He doesn't have hammer, so we don't expect airburst shells, but he does have, how do I say this? He does have at least the other post that's double the artillery that comes in the sector. He's also getting a Firefly, ISU-152 targeting the AT guns. Barely alive, by the way, and also they're backing up to a minefield, so it can accidentally blow up in their faces and actually kill their own units, which is hilarious. Up north, we have a King Tiger just smashing the allies, and looks like they're doing a damn good job at knocking off the allied fuel, and also the Star, which is good because for a time it looks like the allies are starting to gain more of an advantage and a lead. Germans have managed to push back, and this is a map that is very close quarters, so the tide can turn very quickly and easily, even with a great defensive line that an opponent can make, as we saw with the Germans trying to make something over here. Although I think a little more of a defensive line with bunkers and some other stuff would be better suited in this sector, especially because it's very hard for armor to move across. Minefield maybe here. I know they counteract with mines, but maybe a pack gun, etc. Anyway, ISU-152, I don't know if it's redeploying or what, but kind of backing up and showing its rear to the front. Fallschirmjäger's coming in on the flank. Maybe he's trying to move over to counter that stuff. If so, good move. Felix already anticipating a Fallschirmjäger charge. I could automatically see another flank. Oh, great shot, but doesn't do a lot of infantry killing. It does a bit of health. They are pulling on back, however. Can we get him across the ice? Damn, we do. And Fallschirmjäger squad taking heavy casualties. Barely alive. Pulling on back. It is very close in that regard. King Tiger trying to advance, but penal troops are there. They can't advance. They cannot advance. AT gun by the Brits. Joey trying to assist. Axis forces trying desperately to hold on to this point. They have a 5-star Volk squad with only 17 kills. But still, 5 stars. And with that King Tiger support, they should be able to at least hold on against that British squad. Though, remember, negative cover, definitely going to put him in more of a deficit. And with that grenade, just push that sucker back. He does have Sturm Pioneer Squad, which does have AT, so he has to worry about that. A lot of AT forces, though, King Tiger will simply not be able to win in that fight. And I possibly see an issue here. King Tiger, oh no, okay, he's not crossing the ice, but we have the IS-152, Firefly, and a whole hell of a lot of AT coming in. So he's going to need to back up and back up fast, but we have no support anywhere close to him. His only shot right now is funny. His only shot is actually, hold on. They both went Fallschirmjäger. God damn it. Whatever. Drop smoke, and you can actually cover yourself. People forget, but this is not just a recon. This is a smoke recon, meaning it drops smoke on the target. Meaning if you want to get the King Tiger out, drop smoke on it or on its retreat path, so that way enemy fire is less likely to hit it. They could still do a direct shot on target, but that being said, even with that direct shot, it's still less likely to hit and more likely to miss or bounce, especially on a King Tiger stance with the front armor. Guard troops throwing a grenade, probably going to wipe that squad. It does, and Felix is coming in on the flank, backed up by a lot of troops, a lot of really, really vetted infantry. He's going to try to push in this sector with Joey. Meanwhile, we have Arctic pushing in the south, and he's looks like going to be unable to push and take mid, and the allies, while taking left, will not be able to take mid because of RU. RU, however, once again, keeping his flank open, and this could cost him. He needs to cover up this flank because I can easily see a push coming around, just like what the Axis did to the Allies, with very little defenses and just ruining their day. So something like that is required. We have a lot of Fallschirmjägers, but we can see here, they're not healed. Where's your medical base, dude? This has the upgrade for field medics. I'm just not seeing it put into practice. Also, nice artillery, or I think it was artillery. Oh, damn, IS-152 on the ice. This is a perfect target for the King Tiger to advance in. If I was a king, I would absolutely risk it for the biscuit, because one shot from that King Tiger, especially with the more high explosive round, could shatter the ice and send that ISU-152 to a watery grave. Fun fact, the ice is only 2 feet deep, but it'll sink straight through, and it'll just keep going and going and going for no apparent reason. Because you figure it can't be that deep going across this area, but hell, it could be a 100-foot trench right there. You have no idea. King Tiger opening fire. Again, I'm not seeing a lot of AT forces engage it. So right now, nice grenade, but kind of missing Fallschirmjägers. We have an IL... Oh my god. IL-2 coming in, more of a distraction. Anticipating where the enemy is retreating. Gets a great airstrike. Arctic, I think that's like the best airstrike you've called in all game. Fantastic. And we have another IL-2 bomb strike coming in. King Tiger, now less supported because his brother died. Not hitting that one on retreat, unfortunately. Firefly trying to engage. We have a IT unit there, but he has a PTRS rifle, so we'll do a little bit of damage, but not all that much. We have a, yeah. So we have an airborne assault coming in. This could be fantastic, because some of this is AT, and if it calls an AT strafe like on this, it can break the ice. But unfortunately, it looks like that is simply not the case. Good job on Felix to hold fire, since the enemy airplanes are less likely to hit it, because they can't see it. King Tiger is still advancing, which is very risky. He is not crossing the ice, which is good. IS-152 trying to pull the hell out of there. Using its Zushka machine gun to open fire upon the planes flying above. We have additional troops coming in. I'm assuming that is Fallschirmjägers coming in. It is, so he's dropping in Fallschirmjägers into mid. I'm assuming trying to hold this point, or he might be going after this. We have a second IS-152 being called in by Arctic with explosive rounds, focusing on the enemy targets. Germans don't really have all that much. Right now, Madness doesn't have any armor to speak of. That King really... Again, rushing for the King is costly, and if you lose that, that is pushing you in a serious hamper. Now, it looks like Joey is taking the right. Smart. Again, put on pressure. We have a sniper by Arctic, helping provide support of fire against the enemy. Oh, actually, no. He's on hold fire. So he's actually kind of just using this more of a recon, which is smart because he can identify if something goes over the ice or goes over that point and maybe call an airstrike or artillery strike, something. IS-152 focusing on armor rather than infantry. King Tiger bouncing, British artillery coming down. Remember, they have the ability to more concentration barrage, which is why they can do more of a direct strike-esque approach to the artillery from the British. So very nice in that regard. Going to push back that king. We have an S-285 on standby. Again, kind of being overwatched by the sniper to enact its full range. I'm assuming it's not scoped. It is scoped, which is weird because he figured scoped sight would be about the same as the sniper. Hold on. Okay, it's a little more than a sniper. Okay. Fair point. Fair point. Once again, we have Axis forces being pushed back, and they're relying more on fuel, and I feel like, once again, that's a negative. Right now, for example, we have Battle with 260 fuel and RU with 400. Right now in this scenario, I feel they need more munitions than fuel. I feel like fuel is something that, as soon as they get the armored units, as long as they keep it alive, they're fine. Also, pack guns moving in. Again, good counter against a lot of this armor. But IS-152 can go explosive rounds and one-shot that uses AT guns, so you need it to be supported by typical armor and you know, etc. Meanwhile, probably the weakest link right now is Madness. He has nothing. He has very little fuel coming in, and unfortunately not a lot of manpower, so he can't call in reserves immediately. Even with the double mechanized buildings here. Oh, he doesn't even have the upgrade to him. Never mind. He doesn't have an army, so I fully expect the Allies to take advantage of this and slowly advance to try to keep putting pressure. Plus, we have the IS-152, so that's going to keep with the manpower drain on the Axis side because they'll keep losing infantry units in their attempts to take mid. They might take it, but they're going to take some severe casualties in the meantime, so this will turn into a slow grind. Not grindy-esque affair, I would say. Anyway, so we have Fallschirmjägers coming on in. Weird you picked up, I think it's a DP. I want to say it's a DP. I'm going to say it's a DP. It looks like a DP. But in any case, they're taking it. They're camouflaged, so it's harder to see. So IS-152 can't easily detect them. Infantry crossing right there. They are engaging the infantry, so the IS-152 will be able to see them. Gets a decent hit, not killing units, but more health-wise. We do have a Panther advancing in mid, which is very weird. Do you have the Panzerschreck upgrades? You do. So you can technically tell your stormtroopers to open fire with your Panzerschrecks, but they're grouped up, so one good explosive shot right there, and they're kind of fucked. Doing a lot of damage right there, very good. So, also we have a lot of AT forces here, so the Panthers are going to be pushed back as well. Overall, they need artillery or something to help come in and break it. Maybe an airstrike. Look, this airstrike is not amazing. Because again, it's anti-infantry, then switches to anti-armor. But it's okay for holding back stuff. It's better than it was, I'll say that. It used to be a waste. Now it's good. But anyway, so the thing I would recommend is maybe kind of use this with a combined assault. That's kind of what it's meant for. It's like call it in when you're actually advancing so it can kind of support the big push. Fallschirmjägers are pushing on left. Unfortunately, this MG is kind of suppressing quite a few of them, and it's the Vickers machine gun, so of course it's doing that job pretty well. Honestly, the bundle grenade's a good idea. I probably would have threw the smoke, because then it would white phosphorus them and kind of do damage over time. Maybe force them out of the building. That's what I would do, at least low health it. King Tiger almost healed at this point. Let's see. Mad Duress is continually losing more units. I am assuming he's saving it for a king, but God knows if that's going to actually help at this point. Sniper, once again, providing recon. A ton of forces over here. Good job, by the way, with the AA gun. I like that because, again, that's going to counteract a lot of the air abilities that the OKW could bring in to support their advance. So if you can just shoot down the planes, it limits their effectiveness greatly. Anyway, good a good fight, but King Tiger, even Verkenwerfer doesn't have a lot of armor, so King Tiger's going to do a lot more damage versus infantry base units. Pack guns on standby, pushing them back. Sniper kind of camouflaging. Does he have two snipers? Arctic does. I'm assuming he's using them more as a recon, and then maybe using them direct fire now and again. Nope, they actually have not fired a shot, so they're actually just purely being used for recon. He does lose a pack gun, however. I don't know what the Verkenwerfer was going. Maybe he was trying to sneak it behind enemy lines. Once again, the right flank is completely open. I am very surprised we don't see a Teller mine or something there, or additional defenses. I'm assuming they're so stretched in mid, but yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. I feel like the Allies, if they wanted to, Arctic could probably swing right and really do a lot of damage with his limited but still potent forces. Jagdpanzer advancing, trying to push back the IS-152 with 28 kills and almost fed 3. We have a, yeah. Oh, they knocked out the engine of it. Okay. Well, unfortunately, it may be slightly immobile. But, oh, no, it is immobilized. Okay. Never mind, it's fine. They got repaired. I assume 5-2 focusing on the armor. Might be able to get a final shot on it. No, actually manages to escape. We have recon? Hold on. Oh wait. Oh, we had 2 bomb strike coming in, mostly trying to hit the King Tiger again. Again, King Tiger's injured, but doesn't get the kill. They're pushing up a lot of infantry and armor to counteract this thing, but this thing has good front armor. So Jagdpanzer are gonna have a rough time fighting that thing. Anyway, half track suppressing the infantry. Again, good support structure by Felix. Arctic Wolves might come in from the flank. Is Su-85? Okay, Joey's coming in. Very risky because, again, he's over the ice, but he is pulling back. We have a airstrike coming in, trying to do damage against the armor. And, again, they're suppressing infantry and whatnot, so this is going to allow the, what is it called? Yeah, this is going to allow the Germans to push up slightly, but the King Tiger did get sniped. I'm assuming by like an Su-85 or something, maybe the Firefly. What? No, definitely the Su-85 probably. Anyway, with the King Tiger down, it's going to limit their opportunity to continually advance. Joey just lost a, what's it called? Infantry section, but Fallschirmjäger's very low to, very low health. Gonna need to pull those suckers back. But that was a good assault overall for the Germans until that happened, and a close-range Katyusha just ruins the day of those Fallschirmjägers. They might try to move in and get the kill, but the penal troops there are going to stop them dead in their tracks. Oh my god. Just pushing those suckers back. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Explosive shot, almost hitting a Fallschirmjäger squad. Though it's fine. Plane crashing. King Tiger advancing. But the ISU-152 is just getting shot after shot right now on that King. Pushing that sucker back. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Now, a lot of long-range tank destroyers, and I think actually it might be better for him to switch to explosive. They kind of hit more the AT guns. Now, King Tiger is crippled because of the Royal Engineers through an AT shot, and we have additional tank destroyers coming in. This one's barely alive. However, the amount of AT they do have managed to kill the Firefly. So they have to really watch out about those AT guns. That's why I said maybe explosive shells on that is not a bad idea. Pack gun still holding the line, though very low on health. Panther trying to cover the King Tiger, though I don't think he's really paying attention to the airstrike. And there goes the Panther. Once again, a great IL-2 bomb strike, hitting them where they anticipate the enemy is going to retreat to, and doing quite a bit of damage. So very, very good job. He did lose that squad there, and it's going to lose the Panzerschreck as well. I'm assuming that's what dropped. It is. And yeah, he's going to try to like, oh, I'll reman it to hit the ISUs. The problem is they're on explosive rounds. They're going to kill your ship pretty quick. So, yeah, maybe just don't go for that. Panther coming back in. He got himself another one, and RU's just getting another. Although the amount of tank destroyers right there, especially with 2 ISU-152s, pushing back the Germans pretty effectively. Good shot on the AT gun, neutralizing that. Man, wasn't that so good that you almost lost your 5-star Stern Pioneer squad to get that AT gun? Man, oh man. The good news is your King Tiger did get pulled back. And at least the fact that it's far enough back, I don't expect an airstrike, though just to be safe, maybe you want to move it a little bit further into your base to prevent an airstrike from killing it. Any case, we have a Katyusha opening fire in the sector. A Fallschirmjäger is being lured right into the trap, gets a nice rocket hit between it, and pushed back once again. And Madness is once again unable to keep his units alive. Although we have a triple Jagdpanzer threat, easily KOs that thing. Could probably go for the AT gun, but again, seeing the penal troops and also the Kennwerfer is like, yeah, I'm out. We're not dealing with that. So, Battle Wagon still is a decent army. These Jagdpanzers are very good for ambushing and also fighting even larger foes. So, we'll see how well they do against something that's substantial as, let's say, the ISU-152s. Though, if they tag team, both of them combined with the Su-85, the Jagdpanzers won't stand a chance. So they will need to do something. Plus, again, they also have marked targets, so if they want to quickly kill one of them, they could always mark target it. And even if they combine that with a King Tiger, once again, mark target, and they can make the enemy's armor less effective and easier for the allies to kill it. Now, let's see in general. Axis are down to what? Upper 50? No, mid 50s. We'll say mid 50s. Allies are easily 70, 80, 90, low 80s, upper 70s at the minimum. So right now, the Allies have way more men. The Germans need to start getting some good kills. Armor detection going on, so that, again, the Allies can see armor positions, even though the fog of war might not be active. They can still see them on the minimap, which is really cool. A lot of AT here. I love how the Soviets are taking the Verkan morphers. That's hilarious. But in any case, good artillery barrage stopping the infantry. Jagdpanzers being hit by pretty much everything, so they're going to need to pull back like now before they lose one. They might lose one. They will lose one. And the IS-5-2 is just sniping the Fallschirmjägers as well, causing a lot of casualties, though, again, there's still 2 5-star ones. So, very good job in that regard. But damn, this Katyusha. I'm not Katyusha, this IS-5-2. It's been doing a lot of work. May not even be getting necessarily kills, but it's doing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, oh my god, British infantry section managed to get the hell out of there. This guard troop might be able to throw a grenade and kill this thing. Again, the Allies can throw grenades more willingly because they have more munitions and have more abilities to do that. Oh my god, King Tiger getting a beautiful shot. And finally, Madness is actually getting up an army. So, you know, good for him. Verkan is managing to push back a King, which is quite hilarious in my book. We have a double, Panther push. Maybe a satchel went off. Actually, I think a satchel went off and hit both of them, if I had to assume. Maybe a mine, but because they're both damaged, I find that highly unlikely. They both hit 2 mines. I feel more likely that maybe they kind of were grouped up together and got hit with the penal charge. Especially because they're so close in damage. AT guns opening fire. Again, they're dropping smoke, but again, it's just, they're still firing upon the AT guns, so it's easy to hit. So I would hold fire on that or focus on vehicles so they don't. You have Firefly coming in trying to get the kill. Again, they're going to heal. That's way too close to the enemy forces. Joey could easily deploy recon, and he is absolutely advancing, which he should, to take this sucker out. Now, he does have a pack gun moving over, but it's going to be a little too late. If I was him, I would just smoke, get the fuck out of there. Too late, I'm firing the artillery. It's going to hit these guys. And again, taking out the mortar crew is fine. Mortar pit, you're not going to do all that much, and it looks like the Katyusha, even though being fired through, managed to live through that. IL-2 bomb strike coming in, stopping any advance over the ice, poor guy, but it definitely overkill for that Panther. This other one's trying to escape, Firefly trying to go in for the kill. Honestly, not much stopping it, and yeah, just going to simply walk in. Again, no mine, so nothing, and I don't think there is any minesweeper, so a Teller mine would have stopped that advance. I'm heavily crippled, if not killed, this Firefly, so just to point out that simple fact. Joey currently has a decently large army with tons of manpower and reserves, so he's not really worrying about his army. I'm assuming he's just trying to get some armor, which is exactly why he's getting a Centaur for additional AA against those planes. Meanwhile, we have Madness and, what's his name? Battle Wagon pushing up north, trying to advance. Joey's infantry trying to hold, but against all those Fallschirmjägers, not going to help, especially with the King right there. We have a lot of AT, though, on standby, so the armor I don't expect to really advance. The infantry is being hit by the Katyusha and actually gets KO'd by the Katyusha, so no, Battle Wagon is severely limited in his army, and I missed it, but he lost all of his Jagdpanzer, so not a great engagement right there. Not that great. Good hit, though, right here, managing, oh my god. Battle Wagon just lost all of his infantry in that push, all sinking to the ice into a watery grave. Damn. Damn, who was that Katyusha? Was that? Oh, okay, so Arctic Wolves is Katyusha's doing a damn fine job at mass murdering the infantry. So good job in that regard. And again, the other Soviet player does, but this one's brand new and hasn't really gone to any veterancy, so really hasn't done anything to really deserve some, like, credit. How can you mistreat Fall so badly? Felix, I'm actually kind of with you, because these guys have been suiciding those Fallschirmjägers. If these Fallschirmjägers were kind of fighting in the same way as like the Battle of Crete, now I see why they canceled the Fallschirmjägers. They're like, god damn it, we keep losing too many of these guys. And then in actuality, you're like, you know, you didn't lose that many in Crete. I think having them would have been beneficial. But in any case, the how do I put this? Oh my god, yeah, but the whole, oh my god, those KDs have been bad over the ice. King Tiger gets great shots. Some of the men will fall into the ice or just get damaged. Oh, crap. Yeah, sink into your watery grave, man. Oh. But in any case, Allied forces in general advancing. The IS-5-2, 33 kills. And then we have Arctics ICU-52 with 39 and 33. But this has more vehicles, is pretty damn good. And, oh, well, no, okay. That one has a few more vehicle kills over infantry. All right. Meanwhile, we have a new Panther. Great. Being pushed on right. Grenade going off. Most likely going to murder that Grenadier squad. Again, don't keep a unit there. That's so low on health. Very lucky that thing didn't die. And most likely the Germans will take that area back for how long they hold it. Especially with like 130-man army versus an army almost twice the size of the German army now. Not looking good. Not looking good. Stuka trying to go in for a close-range shot, though I assume 5-2 gets closer, could fire and knock that sucker out. So, again, even with explosive rounds, against their artillery, could do quite a bit. Managed to escape. Artillery came in, did a decent amount of damage. Not a lot. Mortar pit, though, is barely alive, so need to heal that. Massive amount of AT opening fire upon the King. IL-2 bomb strike coming in, hitting the Fallschirmjäger squads. So, Fallschirmjägers and Kings, not a great combo, as we can tell. Or at least, you know, better unit preservation would probably help a lot. Madness is getting double the Stuka because they're like, fuck it, just resort to bombing the allies with long-range artillery. I don't think that's going to work, but, I mean, best of luck. Right now, the biggest issue you guys have is the ICU-152s just slowly pounding the living daylights out of you. Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like, it'll weaken the infantry so low that base infantry can just murder it, or be very close to murdering it. That's Vet 5, so the survivability on that sucker is pretty damn good. Also, let's take notion of the fact that we have a pack gun, a British AT, and a Raketenwerfer all lined up. That's a pretty good accomplishment. That's like getting like a bunch of trading cards, and you have all, like, you just have all of them. You did, as a Pokemon trainer, you actually collected everything. So, congratulations in that regard. So anyway, Panther is backed up now by a second Panther. RU has yet to really... Okay, you got Stormtrooper in the beginning, but you haven't really used them all that much. Use Smoke, but I feel like if you're just using the Smoke and the Stormtroopers, there's better doctrines than elite troops. Also, Stuka very close to the front. Stuka bomb coming in. Actually getting a decent shot, killing the mortar and almost injuring the pack, but not a ton in the grand scale of things. Double Panther, though, putting pressure. Might be able to kill a Firefly, but Firefly manages to escape it and backed up by an ICU-52. Very unlikely the Panther will be able to get the kill on it. This one is stopped. This other Panther could try to go in for the kill, but the ICU-52 is there. Explosive rounds, though. Can't do as much. Pack guns, though, moving in against infantry. Yeah, there's a problem right here. Your men are going to die. Your men are so dead. Like, seriously, they are screwed. Oh my god. It is bad. Stuka on standby, but we still have shock troops with a goddamn Panzerschreck advancing, so that's a good idea to move up your very fragile artillery unit. Stuka opening fire, maybe hit this entire area. Katusha, though, returning fire on it. So, very close to killing Stuka, but managed to pull out. Does kill the AT guns. We have a double King versus a double ISU-52. Very interesting. King Tigers, at least doing wonders against infantry, like this one, 22 kills. Not bad. Not bad whatsoever. Anyway, we have infantry pushing in on left. Looks like they're just sniping it with the ICU-152, which is way overextended. Honestly, they're... Okay, never mind. They're moving up 18 now, but this doesn't have a lot of really good defenses. But instead of moving up a King Tiger or the double King Tiger to neutralize it, you move up a bunch of infantry with very little AT support, especially you get something with this heavy bits of armor. Great idea. Great idea. Anyway, Katusha just, once again, pulverizing the blob that is the Fallschirmjäger blob that we keep seeing over and over and over and over again. And now, we have a double King Tiger. Advancing. I'll give that. Oh my god. So, we have the Raketenwerfer. Oh, we'll say goodbye to those vetted Sturms. So, he's going to pull that sucker back, but we still have the airstrike coming in. He's probably not going to move his unit. I'm sorry, not airstrike. We have the, No, it was an airstrike. Okay, I'm not crazy. Divides the King Tigers. One decides to say, fuck it, in charge. And to be fair, I'll be mad too. This one's barely alive. Panther could probably get the kill. Does. They could push up right now. Stuka coming in, managing to kill Engineer Squad. Very good shot in that regard. Penal guard troops coming in for the flank. Again, Firefly, though, and IS-52 just slowly going on back and firing at will. Again, right now we have a lot of armor, dangerously close to the ice. An ice push is very, very bad because one good shot on the ice and say goodbye to the Panther. Very lucky he didn't go through the ice. Holy crap, 2 good shots. 3 good shots and Panther has not fallen through the ice. This one finally does. Oh, there it goes. There it sinks pretty quick. This thing trying to get the hell out of there. Verkenwerfer could get a kill. So close. Brumbar pathfinding fucks over the king. And, yeah, I'm assuming the other king died as well. Or maybe fell back. Oh my god. Nice pick roll, guys. Is he in? Oh, no. They advanced some type of unit to go in the base. I don't understand that push. They're reversing a lot of long-range tank destroyers, and they had nothing to... I just saw something. You both picked Fallschmangers. You both, right? So why didn't you use reconnaissance smoke to stop them from hitting you? You could have used reconnaissance smoke to literally save your units from long-range tank fire and pull out effectively. Like, you could have done all that damage and pulled out without them even being able to hit you. But instead, you stayed in enemy sight lines and you got annihilated. So, great job. Anyway, Centaur just murdering the infantry. Fallschmangers again trying to go in. But they're being brutalized right now by the IC-152s, both of them. Holy crap. Apparently, the Battle of Crete with the Fallschmangers happened in Rostov. So, that's the only thing I can think of because, holy god. Also a lot of Katyusha fire right there. Holy god, if the Germans lost a ton of Fallschmangers this game. RU has lost everything. He's lost all of his Panthers. Battlewagon's the only person with armor. So I'm assuming as soon as this thing dies, the game, it's GG. Right now, somehow the Germans have both points. And they're putting pressure on the Allies. But say goodbye to that real quick. Because shock troops will most likely move in a moment and take over this point once... Arctic Wolves realizes, oh yeah, I can take that point. Plus, even though they've been losing units, Felix and Arctic, and most likely Joey, all have manpower and fuel for days, so they can easily get additional reinforcements. The Axes are literally not on reserves. Their reserves died. They're scraping the barrel, and the barrel currently is getting nothing. This King Tiger hits a mine, which, again, I don't know why you would send a King Tiger into enemy territory without minesweepers or additional infantry support. But I almost guarantee you that as soon as everyone realizes that, it's probably going to die. We have infantry moving on in. Fallschmangers trying to hold, but the guard, again, PTRS rifles, just going to simply knock that sucker out. We have, yeah, artillery coming in. That'll most likely hit this target. Oh, damn! IC-152 sinks at the last moment, but they do murder it with AT. And that's GG. That's hilarious, though. God damn. Poor Felix. Although, a little bit of trash talking. You may have deserved to, you know, get decreased a little bit, but that was a nice shot by the King. But, yeah, high explosives rounds typically do a lot better at breaking the ice than armor-piercing ones of, like, a Panther or a Firefly. At least that I typically see. If I'm wrong with that, that's fine. But that's what I see when that happens, is more of a high explosive variety that breaks that ice. But in any case, yeah, losses, it was horrible. I'm actually kind of curious how many Fallschmanger squads died in the course of this game. 12 produced. Okay, so we got 12-7. So yeah, 12-7. Let's remember that, boys and girls. And then we have 6-3. So 18 Fallschmangers were deployed, 10 died over the course of the game. That's a lot. That is freaking crazy to have that many Fallschmangers die. So, and remember, they're expensive infantry, so deploying that constantly is different than like Volk squads or something. But, yeah, so let's talk about each player. I feel like Felix, Arctic, and Joey all did incredibly well. Each player did a fantastic job in advancing, covering each other, pushing a different territory. I feel like Joey was a little bit more active in multiple areas. He was kind of supposed to guard this left point. He did push over and right a little bit more. But that being said, he did lose the north, and they did lose right, so it was a constant back and forth. And I'll give the Axis this. They were constant in trying to fight the Allies, even in terrible situations. I feel like they could have chose better doctrines. I didn't really see much of these doctrines. Okay, hold on, and I'll get to the elephant in the room. I didn't really see them use, like, the fortifications, the smoke. They used the Valiant Assault, sure, and I feel like the Airborne Assault was just like, we have a lot of munitions, let's use it. It wasn't maybe used correctly. I feel like using this with the Fallschmangers blob that you had would have been a lot better. Fallschmangers themselves, you deploy a lot, but I feel like they didn't do as much, and I feel like if I just look at their, let's say we look at Battle Wagon, and then we look at this. Efficiency was pretty damn good, but again, the IC-1-2 did murder it quite a bit. And this other guy, efficiency, 271, but also Dalton was doing way better in efficiency, and the Volk squads had great efficiency. So, take that for what you will. Yeah, so overall, I would say, not also smoke, like, probably the biggest WTF was RU. I feel like Felix and Arctic both did amazing with their Irish strikes, and the IC-152s they deployed. The guard troops deployed, shock troops, they all played a part. Joey using the artillery, he did use that. It was effective. The armor of this doctrine he didn't use, but he definitely used the artillery portion of it, which is, again, why you picked this doctrine. So I feel like the Allies really used their doctrine to the fullest extent of their abilities, while the Axis really didn't do that. This elite troops doctrine, I feel like could have been handled a lot better. And I think a better doctrine to go, let me try to think of that. Maybe encirclement, I would say, because when the enemy is like pushing up this way, you could easily like knock out this point, push up infantry here, and then kill everything they had up north. That way you can still get stormtroopers and whatnot if you really like those units, but then you get other abilities. Because I mean, you have smoke, sure, and maybe you don't get that with the other ones, but I don't know. I feel like if you really want smoke, there's other abilities that are way better than this one that used. That would be so much better because again, you never deployed the Tiger Ace, and that's what I fully expected you to use. But in any case, guys, it's gonna be game. Let me know what you think about this game down in the comments down below. But in any case, it's been Greyshot 117, and I'll see you guys next time. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my awesome Patreon supporters that include Tim, Nathan Angus, Jordan Shavit, Jakub Allspy, Aaron Yee, WhiteHodD, Toussaint, Streakingwookie, Sebastian Marszalek, PyroShark, Onlyplayapples, Lil Koosh, jrchicklis, JP Vaal, Josh, Joey G240, Jfoe, Chris Bailey, Ace, and Milam. Thank you all for your incredible support, and thank you to the Patreon supporters down below. This has been Greyshot 17. I'll see you guys next time.